Hello everyone and welcome into my channel. I'm Aster and today in this video I'll explain in details all the mechanics of the second boss of the new Temple of the Spider Master, which will come in mod 24. As always, I use slides which you can find in the description of the video. If you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe to not miss on my content. Zora Mizzrym is the second boss of Temple of the Spider Master, and she is one of the Spider Queen's most powerful prestiges. This second boss is a DPS check and an heal check, and like the first boss, she has phases based on percentages of HP. Until 18% of her health bar, she will do attacks such as webs, which will slow the players who walks on. Discharged energy, this is a red small circle which you have to dodge or avoid because it knocks and pushes players away. And Lolth's Embrace, it's a roar coming from the ritual which deals damage to everyone. Its damage depends on how many stacks there are into the ritual strength, but we will see later this. And then will be Venom Ray, which is a tank buster, and X, which is another kind of tank buster. As soon as you enter in the arena, two cobwebs are going to be launched immediately, which will slow the players down. Along with these cobwebs, there will be a small red circle where a bolt of lightning will be launched from the ritual. This kind of attack, if it hits, knocks and pushes players away. Its name is Discharged Energy. While fighting, the boss will link with a red Lassor the aggro holder and then smash a green ray on it. As a tank, you need to block or totally avoid it. This attack is called the Venom Ray. X is another kind of tank buster, which is like a red beam. When we reach 18% of boss HP, the first phase will start, which means both DPS and heal check. The DPS check are the YOCHLOL, which will spawn on 18, 15 and 20% of boss's HP. 80 YOCHLOL will appear, and this must be killed as fast as possible, otherwise they will sacrifice themselves to increase the power of the Loth ritual. Whenever a YOCHLOL isn't going to be killed, it will add a stack to the ritual strength. Each stack in ritual strength will increase the damage coming from the boss roar, Lolth's Embrace. Once the YOCHLOL have been killed, there will be a heal check. Here in the screen you can see the blue beam, which means the YOCHLOL is going to disappear shortly and will buff the ritual strength. The heal checks are two ghosts, which are called the SYNDRYTH'S Willpower, and they will spawn after the YOCHLOL, and this must be healed, mainly through the healing at will from healers. Healing ghosts will remove one ritual stack. So, a little recap on DPS and heal check. Those two phases come when we reach 18, 15 and 20% of boss's HP. 8 YOCHLOLs will appear, and we need to kill them super fast. If you have lack of DPS, just save your artifacts, daily and mount powers for the YOCHLOL. They are the true boss of the fight, and after killing the YOCHLOL, heals the ghost. So, after we completed the first phases, or every DPS and heal check into the fight, there will be a new added mechanic called the Fury of Loth. Two random players will be linked to the boss, and the goal here is to not overlap the two areas and leave to the unlinked players without a safe zone in order to survive. Players who are not linked have to avoid these red areas. If you are not linked and you are on one of these red areas, you are going to be one-shotted. Once we reach 45% of boss HP, two Willpowers Prisons will spawn following two rules. If your group has a good damage overall, they will spawn at 40% and 30% of boss's HP. If your group doesn't have a good damage, they will spawn at 45%, 35%, 30% and 25% of boss's HP. When the prisons spawn, you need to destroy their shields and heal them in order to remove 1 stack of ritual strength each. I strongly recommend to gain combat advantage on them. In this screen you can see YOCHLOL and Willpower Prisons location in their last phase at 20% of boss's HP. Once we complete this last phase, there will be no more YOCHLOL and Willpower phase, so just kill her with a nice arty call. But in these last moments the boss will do her attacks much frequently, discharge energy, fury of LOL and webs especially. And that's all. I hope this video can help all the players who want to try this dungeon, and as always I leave a video on how we managed to complete this boss. But in the last version on preview there was a bug on Willpower Prison and sometimes they didn't spawn or spawn much frequently. So thank you everyone. We will see in the next video with the third boss. See ya guys. Cheers.
Love calls for you, SYNDRYTH'S. It is time! I'm not to come! Witness love's judgment! I'm not to come! Witness love's judgment! You cannot punish me like this! In chaos, you will be reborn! Witness love's judgment! Witness love's judgment! judgment! You cannot punish me like this! Witness Lord's judgment! I will not succumb! Witness Lord's judgment!